Hello everyone, Drinking James here with another installment of the Surprise Inside. And this one is very exciting because this is an actual Surprise Inside. Now, in my last edition, I revealed that I had purchased several of these at a recent train show that I had been to. And I wanted to take the time to unbox them in a separate video because I have no idea what's in these. So, for those of you who don't know, this is the Steamy or Diesel singular packs that you used to see at the time of Day of the Diesels. And it was a promotional piece by Wooden Railway. If you pay attention to the back of the box, it says not for resale. And what used to happen with these is these would be seen at stores and you'd be able to get them free with a certain purchase of items. It was either that or Wooden Railway Dodge. Now, I never owned any of these, and I picked up 5 of them at the show. So I decided, let's take a look, unbox them, figure out how many of these I can get, which versions of the characters. So we have 4, obviously as you can see here, different characters you can pick from. I'll just zoom in. You have Thomas, Percy, Salty, and Diesel. And all of them come in some oil variety where they have some oil splattered on their paintwork. It's just an interesting little concept. But because these things, weren't really sold, a lot of stores have these on backlog and they often just give them away for low prices and whatnot. Since, learning curve's not really a thing anymore, they can't tell you not to resell them. So, hard to tell what's in here. So this is the first one. And based on the fact that we do have, just bring them all out real quick, 5 of these things. Based on the fact that we have 5, it tells you that by chance, we're going to have at least 1 duplicate. But there's a chance we could have 5 of the same character. I have no idea what is in each of these. I know there's tricks to figure it out, but without further ado, we'll start with the first one. So, starting with the first one, here we go. Gonna take it out on camera. See if I can just peel this tab back here. Yep. In slow peeling, we have our first character. And it is Thomas. A simple oil splattered Thomas. Just gonna turn it around. Not really gonna do a review on these unless there's interest and I get a good variety of them. Thomas is a nice one to start out with. I always say I don't have any, so the hope is I can get a couple of them. There's a chance that all of these could be Thomas, so that would be funny. But let's start and move on with the next one. Alright, here we go, on to the next one. So we have another one to open up here. There's this tab at the bottom, that's what I use. I'm going to do it off camera this time, just because it's a little easier. It's hard to do this, because I recently just cut my fingernails. There we go. And we do not have a duplicate, as our next one is Percy. So we now have Thomas and Percy, 2 steam engines. Very nice. Just showing off the detailing. Alright. Let's bring in the next one. The next Steamies versus Diesel one. So our record right now is 1 Thomas, 1 Percy. So we know it won't be all of the same character, thank goodness. I was hoping to get some degree of variety. And we have our first duplicate. 2 Thomases and a Percy. And for those of you saying, well, why would you waste your money getting a duplicate? Really, I just wanted to do a kind of a fun video where I got to look at these models a little bit and kind of lean into the surprise angle of it. But the fact of the matter is, I don't mind having 1 or 2 duplicates. You know, as long as I get a couple of the versions of them, I'm happy. And so 2 Thomases, which makes sense that Thomas would be fairly common. So let's move on to the next one. Here is the 4th model. Our count right now is 2 Thomases and a Percy. Let's see if we can get one of the diesels. I think that would be really fun. Opening up this one really quickly. And it's not a duplicate. We have our first diesel. Salty. So this is kind of cool. So we'll bring back in everybody else into frame. Just compare them with our 2 Thomases and Percy. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that I have at least three out of the 5. It'd be really cool to get Diesel. So I have Thomas, Percy, 2 Thomases, a Percy, and a Salty. On to the last one. Here is the last surprise item here to look at. Is it going to be a Steamy? Is it going to be a Diesel? Now, we have a 1 in 4 chance that we could get all 4 different versions. But there's a very strong chance that we have a duplicate. So let's go into it and let's see what we have. This is the last one. It is another duplicate. We did get another Salty. So our final count, if we bring everything together, 2 Thomases, a Percy, and a Salty. So unfortunately, his Diesel has escaped our clutches. However, getting 3 different varieties out of 5 models is very good. I don't mind having the duplicates. So here's all of them all together. In terms of using these models, unless I have a reason to cover Thomas in oil or Percy or Salty, I won't be using these models pretty often. I'm not a big fan of the faces that they have. It's that 2011 Learning Curve CGI face they had, but other than that, let's turn them on their sides more to see the oil detailing. Slide them over a little bit so you can see the other Thomas's face. But yeah, so that is the end of our surprise dive in the Steamy or Diesel packs. If you guys are interested in doing this yourself, go into stores, try to look for these, and purchase them. I do recommend it. It is a nice little, interesting trinket of the past to pick up. Anyway, this is Train King James signing off. Have a nice day, everyone.